Welcome to Wireless Technology and You. This is a quick start guide to setting up wireless network and its basic uses. Today I'm going to show you the basic setup for a standard wireless network system. This will allow you to connect computers, iPads, and even smartphones to a secure network without the inconvenience of having to run cables all over your practice. Step 1 is to evaluate the equipment you are working with. Once your service provider comes and installs the necessary hardware and wiring, we can address the setup of the network for your daily use. Depending on the type of service you choose, you will be receiving a different type of router. It is my recommendation to go with a fiber optic provider, such as Fios, as this will provide a high speed and quality service that transmit your data through fiber optic cables. There are other options such as DSL, which runs through your phone lines to a modem, and this option does allow for data transmission at a fast rate, but not as fast as the fiber optic cables. Another option would be dial-up connection, although again you are talking slower speeds. In the scheme of technology, this would be like equating using the Pony Express to email. This is going to be the basic setup for a modem and wireless router combo unit that has come preset with your network password and key code. Your Verizon router will generally look something like this. Step 1 is to make sure it is plugged into a power source. Your power source will get plugged in here into the back. You will also have the fiber optic cable that is run from the outside to the hardware, and it will come in to the input here. It will look like a coaxial label connection, however, keep in mind this is still fiber optic and no longer coaxial cables. Make sure that your output devices are here. And always remember, you can add as many devices as you need. You could go to a hardwired computer if you need, or you could also go to other devices, such as security cameras. In this case, security cameras might be a good option for your office, as that way you can keep an eye on things, and you can do this even remotely from your smartphone. Always make sure the antenna is up to provide the best service possible. Next, you're going to want to check your indicator lights. Check your power light to make sure it is on. Make sure your cables are connected. Your internet's coming in and stable. You have 2 Ethernet cables coming out, which you can check as you have 2 cables here. The flashing indicates that they are functional. You can also see that the wireless system is up and running. If you have any difficulty with your system or experience any outages, just simply do a system reset by hitting the power button here, turning it off for a few seconds, and then turning it back on and letting the system reset itself. The next step is going to be setting up your wireless network. This can be done on just about any computer. However, I'm going to demonstrate on this Mac. You come to your wireless settings. You make sure your Wi-Fi is on. Then you go to Open Network Preferences. You make sure that the Wi-Fi is on. You don't need an Ethernet or a FireWire in this case. You come over here to the network name. Select from the list of networks that comes up for the proper network. In this case, we're using the one that is already set up here. If you select a new network, it might ask you for a password. In this case, this particular network I have selected is encrypted and you need that password to join. I'm not going to select it as that is not my network. Once you go through, you just hit apply and your Wi-Fi should be turned on. You can also check the indicator status bar up here. Now if you want to attach other devices such as smartphones, it's very simple. You go to the phone, you open it up, you go into your settings. In this case, I'm going to go to Wi-Fi. I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi on. It's going to look for available networks. And once they're found, you can see I've already pre-selected my network that's here. It is connected. Now, same setup goes for everything else. If I wanted to select a different Wi-Fi network, I would select the network. It would again ask me for the password. I would hit connect, and we'll be all set. But once again, I don't want to do that as I don't want to connect to someone else's network. In this case, I am still connected to my network here. The beauty of this is that once you have this all selected, you don't have to continue to use the data on your phone as you're at work. As I do not need it right now, I'm going to turn it off. It's that simple to turn it on and off on a smartphone. An iPad or iPhone is just as simple. Similar concepts apply to a PC. You just go into the network connections and select the proper wireless network. Something you always want to remember is that you make sure your network is secure and that you don't give out your password to anyone who's not authorized to have it. Remember that you'll be using this network to save and transfer protected health information, or PHI. Another thing to always remember, that while it is nice to not have to use your data plan on your smartphone by turning on your wireless network, your phone is not an approved device and should not be used in any way when PHI is involved. These devices are not at all secure. I hope these instructions have been helpful in setting up your wireless network. And as always, if you have further questions or confusion, please never hesitate to talk to our office or the office of your service provider. Okay, so it's bonus video time. Once you have your wireless network set up, you can take that and utilize it to its full potential. You can use your computer, your smartphone, your iPad, any sort of device that's connected to this wireless network to do an online chat. Something like this, which is FaceTime, which we're using on this Mac. You would create your new account, you would sign in, and you would basically just use it to chat with your patients. Anything from a simple question to simple procedures that they may need to do themselves that you can guide them through. Or something a little more complicated, you can look at a rash, you can do, just help your patients along the way. Telehealth is kind of headed in this direction, so that might be something that's good to keep in mind that you might want to use for the future. Once that network is set up, pretty much easy to use, just follow the directions of the software, be it FaceTime, be it Skype, Tango, lots of programs out there and available. So once that's set up, you just follow the instructions and you can communicate with your patients. I hope you've enjoyed this bonus video. Good luck with your network.